There are certain cars that I just like. And I'm sure you have that too, you know, the ones that just ticks all your boxes, the ones that just kind of like tickles all your fancies, it's just right for you, it matches your personality and everything else. Now for me, those cars, I don't include the things that are God tier, like the 911 GT3, the M3 CSL, the F355 Ferrari, not those cars, but for mere mortals, you know, cars that are somewhat affordable, maybe even in the used market, yeah, those cars sadly are disappearing. I'm Jim, this is Carlist, and what I mean is one of those cars that when you see it on the road, you go, ooh yeah. And for me, one of those ooh yeah cars is one behind me over here, the Volkswagen Arteon 4Motion R-Line. I mean, looks to kill, space like a Camry, adaptive dampers, all-wheel drive, sub 6 seconds 0 to 100 time, fantastic handling, equipment up to the gills, and for around the price of a base 320i or C200 that frankly aren't spec nearly as well. And the reason it's here is really simple. I missed it. And I didn't want to miss out. In fact, I didn't want you to miss out either. You could say I feared missing out. The reason I say miss is because I've driven this car before, but before it was offered, in Malaysia at least, with a 4Motion system. For a few years, its big stubborn flaw was that it lacked active safety despite being so feature complete otherwise, and still pretty pricey. Now it does have all the ADAS. It's called IQ Drive, and that has bumped the price up. Right now, in 2025, it carries a ticket price of 299,990 ringgit. That said, as I was prepping for this review, VW are offering this with a fat discount, or up to or down from 260k on their website. Now, that's more like it. Hopefully, they keep up that promo. I can't believe this car is almost 7 years old because it was launched in Malaysia in 2020, the height of the pandemic. But the thing is, this generation car was launched in 2018. That is 7 years ago. 7 years ago, and it still looks absolutely sensational. They nailed it. So much so that over the years, they've barely had to tweak the design a little bit, or at all, really. A slightly new bumper, grille, that front light strip thing, but 7 years. That's usually the age where the vehicle generations are discontinued, and is not looking what it's going to be another Arteon. But really, how could they improve? It's classy, it's sporty, it's elegant. It's the leading man and the classic beauty all in one. They've perfectly matched these 19-inch Montevideo R-Line wheels to the persona of the exterior, even fitted with Michelin Pilot Sport 5 tires. What I might do is install some spacers, just get the whole wheel tire combo flush with the body. Perfect otherwise. Maybe lowering springs, but that just might upset those adaptive dampers. This is a special car to sit in, to drive, to just look at. In fact, you don't have to be going very fast to admire it. It's better if you drive slow so more people can actually get a look at it and start to admire it, and not you in the car. You're admiring it. But the end of this car, the rear end, isn't its most brilliant angle. I think that's the front three-quarter or the rear three-quarter, but I do like this ducktail lip on the boot lid over here, and everything on the rear end is quite proportioned because the logo, not too big, not too small. The same thing with the Arteon, very tastefully done. 4Motion logo as well, the black tail lights. What I can't abide by though is the fake tailpipes, because this car is perfect almost in every way visually except for this, because it does sound pretty good and does have that Golf R engine detuned slightly, but it's made worse by the fact that this is a fake tailpipe and the actual tailpipes are just before this, just underneath this. So what I would do, if I do own this car, and I might in the near future, I would punch a hole through it and actually force the exhaust through it just to prove a point. Also, get this car in the lapis blue color, which is also the hero color for the Golf R. So you have the Golf R engines, albeit detuned a little bit, and you've got this beautiful shape, so get it in the most beautiful color. There's a white, this one, the most boring color. There's a gray, a darker gray, and a kind of black. Get the lapis blue, please. Of course, it's also known for those frameless windows like a sports car, as well as a sloping roof line, but here VW has flipped that into practicality plus by hinging the boot onto the roof like a hatchback, technically making this a liftback. So the literal upshot of that is a huge boot, 563 liters, way bigger than the 3 Series, way bigger than the C-Class, in fact, even bigger than most SUVs around this price as well. And the thing is, look, because of that rear hinge and the liftback design, you have a huge loading aperture. And because it's based on a sedan and not an SUV, this doesn't have a high load floor at all. So you gotta uncut this thing only a little bit, whatever cargo you have, to put into the boot. Easy. And of course, you can fold the seats down as well to reveal almost 1,600 liters of space. Seriously, who needs an SUV? It's brand snobbery upon brand snobbery upon brand snobbery. You can't just have a Conti car, you gotta have a German car. And you can't have just a German car, you gotta get a luxury German car. And you can't just have a luxury German car, you gotta get the high spec luxury German car. I would like, you know, the M340i, I would like the 330i at the very least. I would like the C300, which in Malaysia, they don't sell anymore. I get all this for the price, around the same price, as a somewhat kosong 320i from BMW. It's kind of a no-brainer for me, but that's just me personally, okay? I know some people put a lot of stock in the brand cachet of a certain brand. Let's start with the key fob, okay guys? I know the BMW key fob, I felt a few of them, and they don't feel as good as this, to be honest, because this feels really dense and really together. And the thing is, this even fits into a little slot on the center console. Really nice. It does feel better than a lot of the BMW and Mercedes-Benz key fobs. It's those little things that just gives you a signal that you've spent your money a bit more well. So you have over here a 9.2-inch screen. They call it Discover Pro, and I couldn't care less that there's other cars with bigger screens because all I needed to do is work well. This car even comes with built-in navigation, despite the fact that I would always use whatever navigation that I have on my phone. Of course, it also has Apple Wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and audio is piped through a 12-speaker, 700-watt Harman Kardon audio system. You gotta go to a very high-spec level of Audi or BMW or Mercedes-Benz to get like a branded speaker system. And here, it's just given to you. Genuinely, this does feel like a premium car. This does feel like I'm buying into the big three, the Audi, I'm buying into the BMW and C-Class levels of finishing materials, because everything in here that I touch is soft touch and fit in very well in terms of its design and material quality, how it kind of meshes all together, because everything so far, all the upholstery is all Nappa leather. And they go a step further to include that kind of faux carbon weave leather material like the Golf R into this car as well. Just look at the seats, man. The seats are very supple, okay? They're comfortable, they feel nice, even though it's a smooth leather, there's some grain to it, that Nappa leather feel. And there's some bolstering too. This is like a genuine sports seat. And you do get quite a nice kind of level of build quality over here. This is CKD from Pekan, okay? But you never realize that because this feels completely Germanic in the way it's built. Look at this. This center cubby over here, it opens very solidly. I can't even make it wiggle or jiggle like I could in the CR-V. The build quality in here is really, really impressive. As good as any kind of German car, which is also CKD in Malaysia, by the way. And besides that, you also get 3-zone climate control. You get a 360 cam, and for the first time, well, not for the first time, but for a while, the Achilles heel of the Arteon was that it didn't have ADAS. It came in a 2-wheel drive form for a while, and then it got a 4Motion system, but it lacked ADAS. But now it does have ADAS. It's called IQ Drive, and it's pretty comprehensive as well. One thing I do need to call out, though, is the 360 cam. It works, but it's not very good. I mean, you have all these Chinese cars these days, and their cameras are really excellent. I think just get it from the same factory they make all the smartphone cameras and just install it everywhere around the car. In this case, it's just a little blurry, it's quite kind of hazy, it doesn't really perform well in low light, it just could be better. And what I do like about this car is that every single kind of storage area is lined with soft felt. So open the glove box, soft felt material as well, kind of a big glove box, can fit my bottle. And this door pocket, okay, doesn't look quite big, but actually can fit a big bottle, you see? And it is long enough to fit longer items, like this touch and go little slappy whatever stick. There you go. And it's still lined with that soft felt, so anything you put in here won't be scratched up or it won't make a lot of sound either. So this car does have an all-black interior and it does lack a sunroof, so it's not the most, airy feeling cabin in the world, but it does have a lot of space to enjoy. I'm 165 cm, so headroom, if you're over 6 foot, 6'3" or whatever, you might be struggling a little bit. But look at this legroom, man. I'm sure if you're over 6 feet, you'll be easily able to fit in the back of the Arteon, and with ample legroom as well. This car actually does have a little bit of an advantage wheelbase-wise over the Toyota Camry, but you also get 3-zone climate control, like I said. So what car has that at this price? Very, very few. So This car, I think, could be a luxury cruiser. You even have a nice armrest over here with 2 cup holders, which I'm pretty sure can't fit my biggish bottle. Oh, wait, they can. This one can't, but at least one can. It does feel nice, quite sturdy as well, comfortable, the same Napa leather material, except this bottle can't fit, no matter what I do, into the door cards. And as you can see, the windows don't go all the way down either, and they can't even go all the way halfway down. It's kind of halfway down. Does that bother you? It does for me. So is the Golf platform, is the Golf engine, the EA888, the Golf R engine. So it's got a lot of power, right? But it's detuned from the spec in the Golf R. So the Golf R, which I reviewed some months ago, has 320 PS and 400 Newton meters. This has 280 PS and 350 Newton meters. So that is 50 Newton meters less and 40 PS less. Do I feel it? Do I care? No, not really, because I know this is a more toned down car. This is more of a cruiser. This is more of a refined, gentlemanly, more mature car for the mature driver. What is it in Star Wars? It is an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. Yes, it is a lot of power though, okay? This engine is stout, it is strong. In everyday driving, you wouldn't really miss having that 40 PS over the Golf R. Yeah, 280 horsepower, 5.6 seconds to 100. And if anybody knows how to make DSGs or DCTs these days, it is Volkswagen. 5th gear. All right, let me just brake. 4th gear. Instantaneous. You have all these cars these days, even the Proton X50 has a DCT these days, but they don't respond like this. This is on a league of its own. All right, snatching 3rd. There you go. Boom, right there, 3rd gear. 4th. Boom, 4th gear. Ah, yes. Look, if I wasn't aware of what I had behind me, I would assume I'm at the wheel of a Golf R, because all the instrumentation, the steering wheel, the pedal feel, the powertrain, the gear shifts, everything that is sensory about this car gives me the impression that I'm driving a Golf R, because that turn-in, that positive turn-in, and the fact that the rear axle is keeping so planted, and actually you can actually feel the power going to the rear axle a little bit. Wow, it is really positive. The front end seems to want to stick to the corners, almost on rails, but it's not uncomfortable. It is busier, okay? I'm in sport mode right now. It does pipe through some artificial engine note through the speakers, but I don't care. Angry sounding car. But it's so civilized outside. I'm sure to anybody who might be watching me right now, they're going like, that's a nice car. I wonder why it's so angry. It looks so elegant. It looks so calm. It looks so poised. All right, catch my breath. Let's go back to comfort. And the thing is, in sport as well, it firms up the suspension. Yes, it is busier, but it isn't uncomfortable. And I'm riding on Michelin PS5s. It's still daily drivable, this car, even in its most aggressive setting. So back into comfort for suspension, back into comfort for everything, okay? The whole driving profile back into comfort. And yeah, you know what? Right away, a bit more roll in the corners, a bit more understeer, a little less tack sharp at the front end. This is the car to soothe your brow. This is the one where you actually climb in the car, turn up your favorite jazz music on your 12-speaker Harman Kardon system, and just let the worries of the day kind of like sink into the background a little bit. I've got all the amenities in this car. I've got 3-zone climate control. I've got full Napa leather seats, upholstery and everything. I've got a very high level of build quality in this car. I got a huge boot, like I said. I got all the power I would need. 280 horsepower, 350 Newton meters, 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds. I've got a Harman Kardon sound system. I've got adaptive dampers. I'm pretty sure I can get adaptive dampers in a C200 or a 320i. And it transforms the car, guys, seriously. It can go from a comfortable cruiser, one that seriously could be sort of a VIP transport, okay? It is that comfortable, despite it riding on PS5s, low-profile PS5s on 19-inch wheels. It could be a high-speed VIP cruiser if you really wanted to, and then you get to the 4Motion system. You can actually feel it working. to either give you extra grip in the dry or to plant you down onto the ground a little bit more when it's wet. And then you can just tap a button over here and go into sport mode, and then this car transforms again into a hot hatch, albeit one with a longer wheelbase. Yeah. And it gives you all that adrenaline. It gives you a very similar sensation to driving a Golf R. It gives you that confidence behind the wheel. It gives you that really positive front end and really planted rear end as well. Given what this car can do, all those things, if I could afford it, this could be the everything car. You know, it could be the family car. It could be the hot hatch alternative. It could be the weekend fun car. It could be the road trip car. It could be so many things, all wrapped in one highly, highly desirable package. It's just a shame that it might not be around much longer. It's still locally assembled. I can't believe that it's locally assembled. Given the volume they sell, it doesn't really make sense for them to locally assemble this car, and yet here we are. They've been giving us a reduced price because of that local assembly, and I think it should be taken advantage of. So for me, this is an important one, okay? It's one of those cars that I do a double take at. I glance at it a little bit longer than I should when I park it and turn around to lock it, because it looks so good. It's a special feeling, and for me, it's a big deal when I choose a car. It has to make me feel special on some level. It's one of the best looking cars in Malaysia to be sold new right now, period. Okay? It's got the comfort and the long distance cruising ability of a Toyota Camry. And it's got the boot and the practicality of an SUV. Plus, what else? Oh yeah, it's just fun to drive and as fast as a hot hatch. And it's a great place to sit in. It's got a good sound system. It's got all the amenities and comfort that you might want. The adaptive dampers make it a real shapeshifter on the road, from comfort and refinement to just like being really, really sharp and sporty. Plus, it's got now a full ADAS suite, which is really good and non-intrusive. It's one of those, if you know, you know kind of cars. It's still a rare sight. So if I do see one on the road, I know that whoever's driving it, that's a real one. They made one of those considered decisions, and even on an emotional level, and based on every metric that I can measure, this car is a better buy to me than the 3 Series or a C-Class. And the sad thing is that the Arteon won't be around for much longer. This generation has been 7 years in the market already. So get one while you can.